that I see, particularly as we segue to another part of this discussion, is ask. Ask. You know, if you have a community, if you have a community of people, you have a community of artists, you have a community of people, nobody cares about your art or your record as much as you do. No one should care about your record or your art as much as you do. But if another artist that you know has something that you need or something that you like or some help that they can give you or some assistance, ask. Now, you will learn what that community is if you start hearing no, or if people can't come through, or whatever, or if they just tell you, yeah, I'm down, but you can't. But you will learn that, Spud can tell you right now, Sean can tell you right now, I'm texting them about recording my next album, and I have a personal crisis on my hand because I have put out 2 records, and Spud, who I've known all my life, and Madukwu, who I've known all my life, we're not on either of my records. So I have a personal thing now. I'm like, man, how did I do a record without my boy? How did I do a record? So I'm trying to wait until their schedules permit for me to record. And it's hurting me because I'm like, dang, I'm still waiting. We're supposed to do something on the 21st. Dog, now we got to do something on the 28th. And we texting all week. But I want Spud on the record. I asked Spud, would he be on the record? He said yes. Now I'm going to do what it takes to make that thing happen. It sounded like I was being patronizing, but it's actually that simple. No one asks Keith Young, I bet people don't ask Keith Young enough, who has been a signed recording artist. Keith, how did your deal thing go? How do you keep putting out music? Nobody asked Maddie, we going to RBC to hear y'all, this is so dope. Who's the club owner? Madukwu, you producing one of these Grammys? How did all that work out? Nobody asks questions to anybody. Everybody going the same place in a different car. And when you show up, the parking lot full. Catch my drift? I'm an artist, I'm a producer, I'm a musician, I'm a this, I'm a photographer, I'm a so-and-so. Somebody got an exhibit. I wish I could do art exhibits, but I'd rather just hate and not ask the question, how'd you get in this space, in this gallery? Who's the owner? Spinster is cool. I came here one night, Kevin Arthur did the thing. I said, that's the owner? Oh, this is a dope spot. We should do something here. We here, okay? So ask, okay? Segueing to the scene. But you can holler it out. Come on, Lala, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you all think about the, I've heard a couple of times in conversation that Dallas musicians don't work together. Your thoughts?
Can I address that first?
Sure.
I wanted to say this. The one statement I was going to say before we open the floor up is that please know that when we talk about the Dallas music scene or the Dallas art scene, that the Dallas musicians are saying the same thing as the Atlanta musicians. And the Atlanta musicians are saying the same thing as the Chicago musicians. And the Chicago musicians LA ain't even from LA, so they're not even talking about the same thing that we.
I was just gonna say I don't know anything about that, because every time you see me, you see him, or you may see him. Every time you see him, you may see me. You may see him. You may see other guys, and that. I mean, we've been working together for 20 years plus, so I don't know anything about Dallas musicians don't work together. Because I mean, if that was the case, then Dallas wouldn't be a factor in the music industry. Right. Dallas works together. Right. We work together. We work together on everything, and we use each other. The scene in Dallas is not because we don't work together. It's because the generational gap is different from the way we grew up. And it's not. I'm not placing blame, so don't judge me because as placing blame. But right when we came up, we had to go to the library and check out records. We couldn't go to YouTube. There wasn't a YouTube. We couldn't get on our phones and do all of this stuff. It wasn't none of this stuff. We had to really work and search and seek whatever we wanted to do. And we did this stuff together. We met at houses and we did this stuff together. It wasn't the quick fix. We really worked on it. So nowadays, you can go to the Guitar Center and buy you a studio, and you can go home and you can sit in your own corner in your closet and create your own world of music, and that's fine. Huh? Yeah, it's fine, but you don't get the mentorship. It's a quick fix. It's an overnight success thing, and it's not authentic. So what we deal with a lot of times is we can give you guys, this should have happened years ago, as far as I'm concerned, but we can give you guys the information, but we're busy working and trying to help the scene the more. So if you don't ask us, you can't blame us for not knowing what you're supposed to do. And we can't go to the whole city and tell everybody, hey, this is what you should be doing, No, because when we wanted it, we went and asked people. And we went and learned, from the best in the business. So, I mean, it's here, but at the same time, you have to, and this is the generational gap has to catch up to where the guys, because we don't know this.
It's to the defense of many people, I can't really judge your choices if I don't know your options.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so at that point, you have to broaden your options. Because everybody really does work together, but if you only know the 5 people that you only know, and if you only know, 3 keyboard players out of a list of 20, then, you got to get out there and you got to network, because everybody really does work together.
It's a process, because everybody don't need to be on every tour. Everybody don't need to follow this path. Everybody, each road to success ain't the same way. I made signs and carried keyboards for these dudes. The sense of entitlement and that whole other thing, and everybody what we dealing with.
He ain't lying though.
Everybody was.
He's not lying.
But I'm saying everybody wasn't like me in Lamont. Like whatever you had to say, I was like this, right? He also had to talk to my grandmama too. But it was like, hey man, like whatever. And I saw that with the drummer community. Y'all have that with each other. But it's the same thing, man, and it's not all lost. But it's a different thing now. We have to up our thinking a little bit more than just like, okay, what gig or where the community is. Because it's like, no, I don't want to put you in front of people just to play for $100. How about this? When you do get there, show up on time and look all unified.
Yeah, there's a big disparity between $125 and nothing. Okay? What I mean by that is if somebody's offering you $125 to go play for them, play with them at a certain club, whatever club, and you are available to play on that Friday, okay? But you think that you're a musician that deserves $200, you will say no, okay? You'll say no. Now, the distance between 125 and 0 is much greater than 125 and 200. Okay, so for a $75 difference in what your standard is, or what you think it should be, you're willing to turn down 125 for your standard.
Let me tell you this. I treat every gig, if it's $100 or $1,000.
Right.
I treat it all the same.
And I said that to say maybe that's part of the mentality. Right. That's part of the mentality. Maybe why we feel like musicians don't work together. To get back to the question, is because musicians have different standards, have different ideas of their own self-worth, have different ideas of what playing at a certain. I had a musician. I just have to be real. I'm doing a New Year's Eve gig. I text a musician because I'm trying to put my band together. The musician texts me back and said, now I'm paying the musicians, okay? I was calling to check availability first. The musician texted me back and said, oh, that sounds, are you available New Year's Eve? I need a blank player. Musician says, yeah, what's up? I have a gig. Cool, that sounds fun, but I'm holding out for top dollar. Now, and I don't think they can pay that. Now, I'm not mad about that, I'm cool. I'm thinking about, and I was fired up about the mentality of young musicians, and I was thinking about the fact that you're available to be a musician and to play and to secure a gig. But you're holding out for something that doesn't exist.
Top Dollar band?
No, Top Dollar is the amount that they think they should be making. So I'm saying I think that's what part of that's part of the stigma. I don't think it's a Dallas thing. Yeah, it's holding down for money, for an amount. So you'd be willing to give up. You know, think about that thing. You know, what you're willing to give up. Have you earned the right to? Have you earned the right to ask for more money on a gig? If you've only shown up and been there one time.